This is to inform the nation that the Jubilee Party in the Senate will be exerting its position very tomorrow. The reason being that the party called Jubilee, we are not happy with the way some senators refused to attend the parliamentary group meeting at State House. That was an act of defiance to the party leader. A notice was issued to all senators. They were told to come and attend that meeting. There were a number of them who refused to come. And then after they refused to come, after we concluded the meeting, we made the effort to talk to them, to ask them, is there any good reason why you did not attend? Vast majority of them did not give any. Of course, there are some few who wrote and gave some good reason. Ours is a fair party. Those that gave good reason, we did not take any action. We respect their decision. We are not compelling them to come and support the resolution. Ours is a very democratic party. But those who showed open defiance to the party leader, His Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta, definitely they ought to be punished. And therefore, tomorrow, we intend to commence the process to recall the Deputy Speaker of the Senate, Professor Kindiki. He was among those senators who did not attend that parliamentary group at State House, and no reason was given for that non-attendance. And we followed up asking the reason, or even a written apology. No, it was not forthcoming. Also, we do have nominated senators who also refused to attend that meeting. We wrote to them, we gave them a notice, telling them to give an explanation. One senator was fair, called Senator Zawadi. She explained herself the reason why she not attend, and therefore we decided as a party to drop that complaint. And therefore, Senator Zawadi will not be facing the disciplinary committee. However, 5 other senators, some of them refused to make any response. So far, I've not seen a response from Senator Mary Senator, unless she responded directly to the party, personally as the whip who gave out this summons, these notices to show cause. I have not received any response from her. But I have received 4 responses from Senator Iman, Senator Omanga, also Senator Prengei, and also Senator Naomi Jilowako. I have forwarded those documents to the party. Soon there will be a hearing that is going to be set. They'll be invited to come and give their side of the case, and then a determination will be made by the party. Once that determination is made, if anyone is aggrieved, he or she can take the case to the political parties tribunal. If dissatisfied, one can as well go to the High Court and other judicial organs. We shall also be reconstituting committees at the Senate tomorrow. Again, the reason being that we feel those senators who have been defined the party leader, His Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta, in his endeavor to unify the country, in his endeavor to ensure Parliament supports his agenda, particularly Agenda 4, his fight against COVID-19 pandemic. All those senators who have been frustrating him, and also by extension members of the National Assembly, they are going to be punished. Because you are in those positions holding brief for the party. So if you don't believe in the ethics of the party, surely you are supposed to resign. Thank you.
Then there have been these questions, probably one on Kindiki, whom you said has to be removed, but his silence has not probably shown which side of the divide he is in. Why does he become a target? Because of missing the Monday meeting, or also because he has been looking towards the other direction? Because that has been a question that has been coming up. And also with regards to the National Assembly? Do you have a definite date when this is likely to happen?
One, there are many reasons as to why we shall be moving this motion. Some of those reasons concerning the Deputy Speaker will be disclosed at the floor of the House. So therefore, I will not disclose. However, as a party, we are not comfortable in a situation where he failed to attend that meeting. No apology was rendered. And therefore, for us, we feel failing to attend that meeting was tantamount to defying His Excellency the President of this Republic. Surely, the President is no joke. He is a symbol of the national unity. You are called for a meeting, you refuse to attend that meeting, and then thereafter you don't render an apology. Which apology for us, we wanted a written apology. Of course, there are other grounds which we shall be canvassing on the floor of the House. But the point is, when you are called for a meeting with the President as the party leader, come, attend. If you have an issue, please canvass that issue. But it was very wrong for any senator to fail to attend such kind of a meeting.
Which committees are these that you're targeting at the Senate?
I can tell you as a matter of fact, we shall be targeting Finance Committee, we shall be targeting the House Business Committee. It goes without saying. Also, we want to reorganize the committee called the Devolution Committee. And we also want to reorganize Delegated Legislation Committee. Yeah.
Thank you.
Probably one question about, there are those senators who are claiming that they didn't get the invitation letter. What is your response to them?
This is not the first PG that we have held. There are several other PGs that we have held, and those senators have attended those PGs. And the method that we used last time to call them is the very method that we used to call them in previous meetings, which includes phone calls, SMSs. When you look at our constitution, it provides for services of notice via electronic means, and therefore the argument that one did not get an invite is not true, is false, and is just to me what we call an afterthought. We gave sufficient notices. It was a very well publicized meeting, and therefore if you are a senator and you refuse to attend, don't give fake reasons. Give other reasons, but everyone was notified.
When do you expect the parliamentary group meeting for the National Assembly will be held so that they can be effecting some of these changes?
Very soon, immediately when the National Assembly comes back from recess, we shall be effecting these changes. As we speak, the National Assembly is at recess. So watch this space before the National Assembly resumes. We shall have a PG for the National Assembly.
Mheshimiwa, before the current term, the second term that the President, who is also the leader of the party, is serving, during the previous term, we didn't see these hitches we are seeing in Jubilee. What is happening?
The problem is, there are some people who do not want the President to deliver on his mandate as a President. They do not want roads to be made. They do not want cash transfer to be done. They do not want the President to fight COVID-19. They do not want President Uhuru to unify all Kenyans. Us as Jubilee Party, we believe we need to be magnanimous to our opponents that we faced in 2017 so that we unify the country. We do not want President Uhuru Kenyatta to be a president of Jubilee strongholds. We want President Uhuru Kenyatta, when he goes to Northeastern, when he goes to Kisumu, when he goes to Mombasa, he has the same legitimacy. Just like whenever he goes to Nakuru, Eldoret, Murang'a, and Nyeri, the regions that voted overwhelmingly Jubilee Party. So for us who believe in the unity of the country, the oneness of this country supersedes our political interests. Those of us are rallying behind President Uhuru Kenyatta. For those who believe that Kenya should continue being balkanized, Kenya should be about differences between X communities versus Y coalition of communities, those cannot support President Uhuru Kenyatta.
Thank you.
Thank you.